You've seen the listings, a brand new Chanel or Hermès going for a fraction of retail on some marketplace or social app. It looks real in the photos, the price feels like a steal, and the seller seems legit. Until you receive the package and your dream bag turns out to be a nightmare. Counterfeit luxury handbags aren't a niche problem anymore. They're everywhere, and high-quality replicas, sometimes called superfakes, are becoming increasingly convincing, too, according to industry reports. Counterfeit luxury goods are one of the largest sources of illicit revenue globally, with fake Rolexes, Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Hermès flooding markets from Asia to Europe, seriously affecting consumers and brand reputations alike. What makes this particularly tricky today is that many fake bags can look authentic at first glance, especially in photos or video thumbnails. That's why every luxury buyer needs a quick non-technical authenticity checklist you can run in about 5 seconds before hitting buy. Spotting fakes isn't about complex equipment or secret passwords. It's about learning the simple cues luxury brands never compromise on, because precision and quality are at the core of their value. Today you'll learn a fast, practical method to tell whether a bag is likely real or fake. And it starts with something every designer fan already knows. Real luxury is meticulous. One of the first things to check, and the easiest to notice in about 5 seconds, is the logo and brand markings. Authentic luxury brands have iconic and precise lettering. Chanel's interlocking C's, Louis Vuitton's monogram, Gucci's double G, all are produced under strict typographic standards and exact spacing that the brand enforces rigorously. Counterfeit bags often get these tiny details wrong. For example, on Louis Vuitton pieces, the O should always be perfectly round and the letters evenly spaced. Misshapen letters or inconsistent spacing are immediate red flags. On Chanel, the double C's must interlock in a very specific way, the top of one C overlapping the other just right, and any tilt or asymmetry is suspicious. Or Gucci's double G logo, spacing and symmetry are exact to authentic models. Blurry, crooked, or off-center logos often signal cheap replicas because counterfeit makers simply cannot replicate brand typography and placement at the same precision. The next quick check. Feel the hardware. Authentic luxury bags don't cut corners when it comes to metal components. The zippers, clasps, buckles, chains, and logo plates are crafted from high-grade metals like solid brass, palladium, or gold-plated alloys, designed to last for decades. These metals feel substantial and weighty in your hands. Counterfeits, on the other hand, frequently use lightweight zinc or inferior metals coated to look metallic. A fast test is simply to lift the bag by its hardware. If it feels hollow, flimsy, or suspiciously light, that's a red flag. Real hardware also resists tarnishing and retains a consistent finish. Fake plating can chip, peel, or show uneven color. A genuine zipper from brands like Chanel or YSL glides smoothly with a satisfying metallic feel, while cheap replicas often feel stiff or scrape with plastic-like noise. Another detail that should take no more than a few seconds to examine is stitching quality, and this is where many fakes betray themselves. Luxury houses value craftsmanship. Bags from Hermès, for instance, are often hand-stitched using techniques like saddle stitching that simply can't be reproduced by machine with the same quality. Authentic stitching is tight, evenly spaced, and consistent in tension all around a bag, from handle attachments to pocket seams. Counterfeit versions, even high-end ones, tend to have uneven, wavy or loose stitching with inconsistent spacing because they're produced cheaply and quickly. On many luxury bags, you should see about 6 to 9 stitches per inch, and the thread color will be perfectly matched to the leather or canvas. Loose threads, frayed edges, crooked stitch lines, or thread that doesn't perfectly match the material are all strong signs of a fake, too. Once you've scanned the logos, felt the hardware, and glimpsed the stitching, a crucial step is to inspect the internal identifiers, the serial numbers, date codes, or stamped codes that luxury brands embed inside their bags. Chanel uses a hologram sticker and a matching authenticity card number, a detail that many fake listings misinterpret or replicate poorly. Louis Vuitton traditionally used a date code composed of 2 letters followed by 4 numbers indicating factory and production date, although recent models may incorporate microchips instead. Inconsistencies in format are an authenticity red flag. Hermès typically uses a blind stamp system, a letter representing the year and artisan workshop that created the bag, and this stamp should be crisp and clean, never engraved or printed poorly. Counterfeit bags often lack these internal markers altogether, or they present numbers that don't match known authentic formats, are printed roughly, or sit on cheap internal tags. It's tempting to think that if a bag has a serial code or authenticity card, it must be real, but that's not always true. Counterfeiters are smart, and some will include fake cards to make their products seem legitimate. The key is not just the existence of the code, but whether it matches brand standards and how it was applied. A missing, blurry, badly printed, or poorly placed serial code is almost always indicative of a fake. By now, you've checked logos, hardware, stitching, and internal codes, all in just a few seconds, and hopefully spotted nothing alarming. But before you click buy, there's another quick, instinctive check that separates savvy shoppers from impulse buyers. Trust your instincts when something feels too good to be true. Authentic luxury items maintain value because brands rarely discount them steeply, even second-hand. For listing promises a brand new Hermès Birkin or Chanel classic flap for a price dramatically below market value, that should strengthen your skepticism. Counterfeit sellers often post blurry photos, vague descriptions, or urgent by now language to pressure buyers into snapping up what feels like a deal but is really a trap. Why does all this matter? Because counterfeit luxury is a massive, evolving global issue. Just one recent crackdown in Vietnam seized thousands of fake luxury items, including counterfeit Rolex watches and imitation Prada handbags, highlighting how widespread the problem truly is and how these fakes mislead consumers while harming the authentic brand's value and reputation. Spotting a fake luxury bag doesn't require a degree in materials, science, or complex tools. With the right 5-second instincts and a focus on critical details, logo precision, hardware quality, stitching consistency, internal identifiers, and rational price judgment, you can dramatically reduce the chance of getting scammed, whether you're shopping new, vintage, or pre-lived online. These checks ensure you're paying for real quality, not a convincing imitation. In under 10 seconds, you can see if the logo's font and spacing match brand standards. Feel whether the hardware has real weight and finish. Assess whether stitches are even and precisely placed. Glance for proper serial codes or date stamps. And ask yourself whether the listing seems rational and trustworthy. If more than one of these flags feels off, pause and investigate more deeply. That's what experienced collectors and resale experts consistently recommend. Counterfeiters are getting better at mimicking superficial elements of luxury bags, sometimes even replicating packaging and dust bags. But real luxury craftsmanship runs deeper than surface details. True. If this guide helped you feel more confident about buying luxury, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because more insider knowledge on fashion, value, and smart collecting is coming. In luxury, what you wear is only half the story. The rest is the quality, heritage, and authenticity behind it.